So in the real world, we see things from a perspective view, right? Things actually disappear off into a horizon line and that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a couple ways, but I want to do some fundamental stuff. What I want you to do is just take a sheet of paper and draw a line straight across, sort of through the center. And if you need more paper, feel free to grab some. I kind of just gave you a chunk. So there's a couple different ways to do a one-point perspective. The first thing we need to do a perspective is a point. So I'm going to just put a dot kind of up into the top of my cube. You don't really need a horizon line for this one, but I want to get used to the terminology, right? So then, well, let's do this. I'm going to draw my cube, my square, on top of the horizon. So it's sitting on top of what we would call the horizon line. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw a couple lines all the way back to kind of, it's going to look kind of like a goofy house here, but we're going to draw a couple lines all the way back to the horizon line from the top corners.
To the dot.
Yeah, to the dot. Go all the way to the dot. Again, because we're drawing super light. So it gives you a good reference, you know, go all the way back to the dot. And then I'm going to draw a straight line in the back to try and make this thing look fairly cube-like. And then I can go back, and I'm going to do the same thing that I had done before, is use my line weights. Yeah, it is. It's like a projection. You're projecting those lines back from the object. And now I have a one-point projected kind of image as it fades back into the horizon line. And you can draw that one-point perspective like that from pretty much anywhere. So what we've got is, we know we've got, if I want to go, let's say I go up and to the right here, I'm going to draw my square. And then what I need to do is connect all of those corners back to that horizon line. And again, this is where that sketching technique, I like to do sort of that fake muscle memory stroke first, and then work my way up to the corners. Now, the challenging thing about this type of drawing is it's not necessarily to scale, right? The front can be to scale, but the side is not going to be to scale. It's what when we see a normal object in real life, something happens called foreshortening, where things that drift off into the horizon appear a little bit smaller. Ooh, that was a bad sideways line. I'm going to make these a little darker.